Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 3, Episode 5 of Cthulhu Wars. We are playing with the Azathoth expansion, and as a part of Yellow Sign Month, we've got Hastur as one of our great old ones. We have Nyarlathotep from Crawling Chaos. And we've got, this is the time that I get to play Azathoth. First time since we've painted it. Promised you guys in the last video we'd get around to gameplay. The purpose of this game is mostly to get all the components out on the board. So it's less of a strategic game, and it's more just like a, hey, let's work to get all of the components in play. And this way, next time around, I can learn better from it. And when playing with a group, if you want to check out my first attempt at playing with people, you can check out the Season 2 of Cthulhu Wars. You can also check out all the painting miniatures. Maybe I'll just showcase in the summary from turn 4. Yellow Sign has got a dimensional shambler, and this is how I've kind of painted these up. You guys check this out. You can see the dimensional shambler. There are some great, if you go out on Instagram, you can check our Instagram link below, but there's some really great painting of these figures with different art styles. We've also spawned and I copied this one from a Tumblr post or an Instagram post where it's got some splatter on it. It's got this bony arms, and also we've cut free the figure. You can check in my Azathoth painting video how we did this. I'll probably cut free the other ones too, or there was actually a great image, you might have seen it on Instagram, of one of these star vampires with a Taco Bell soda cup in its hand, which I think is really funny. So yeah, so we've got this in play. He's up in the Arctic Ocean next to this haunting horror. And then the other ones that we haven't spawned yet, and the reason why we haven't spawned them yet is they're a little tricky. Once you spawn these, you can only spawn these servitors of the outer gods. So maybe once we're done with our spawning our creations, we'll start spawning these servitors of the outer gods. And then finally, one of my favorites of all time. I actually started out not liking them, but once I painted them, I really see what an exquisite design this was. And I used the box cover of Eldritch Horror's Mountains of Madness as my painting guide for this. So check out our painting guide. That's the figures. Let's get into turn 5. I got the smell of burnt coffee on my stovetop mocha pot here. So if you hear the coffee starting to sizzle and boil, that's the coffee coming. So here it comes. Listen. The sound of coffee. Okay, turn 5. We will, I don't know what we determined last time, but we'll have Crawling Chaos wins the draw, and Crawling Chaos will go first. So the only spell book they have left to gain is Awaken Nyarlathotep. They do have 2 Azathoth spell books. One is they can flip out a faction card, so we should try to use that mechanic at some point during our gameplay. And so let's see, I think what we'll do first is shut off the coffee, and then let's take a look at where we're at. So I think we may just spawn Nyarlathotep. Let's see what it takes. It says, how to awaken Nyarlathotep. You must have a controlled gate and you pay 10 power. Okay, well that seems easy enough. Let's get to it. But let's, just to make it interesting, let's just put him on the far side of the world here. Let's just put him in Australia, because I think he's actually in Australia right now. Have you seen what's going on in Australia? So it's like Nyarlathotep is risen there. So let's move Nyarlathotep. We'll summon him into Australia. We've got another great old one on the board. Our last Awakened Nyarlathotep is here, and we'll go with the we'll go with the 1,000 forms of the awakened Nyarlathotep, and we'll check out what the action of that is after. But okay, so now we can move our action phase over to... Oh, this human fell from the clutches. I'm going to have to glue this in. The star vampire. I want to have him sort of in both hands. So it's sort of like he's... like it's like a lunch snack. Maybe I'll get the thumb around him here. And just push him into the mouth. Like this. Yeah. Okay. So it is now yellow sign. They have the ability now to desecrate South America. So let's roll the die for desecration, which will cost them 2. 1, 2. They roll 4, 4 or under. It's desecrated, so they desecrate. So now their third desecration, and let's give them their successful desecrate. And we'll say if Hastur is in play, the cost of desecration is less, but I don't think we need to desecrate much more, so I don't need that one as much. Move any Byakhee from a current area to any area of the map, but we don't need that because we can move any resource anywhere. Let's just see if there's anything interesting in the Azathoth deck now that we've kind of yeah, let's use this pre-battle at the end of a gather phase. Let's use Shriveling. In the spirit of desecration, let's use Shriveling. Select one monster involved in a battle, and the unit is eliminated, and the owner gets power equal to the cost. I think that sounds very interesting. So, again, against the recommendations I've seen on some of the videos, I'm not just going with one spell book to complement the factions spell books. We're going full-on 2 Azathoth spell books. So this is full-on Azathoth gameplay. Question will be... when will we raise Azathoth? And it could be as soon as next turn. So let's kind of get into it. Okay, so we've moved. Next up is Crawling Chaos. Crawling Chaos will... I think that they might be best off to summon their other missing acolyte. So let's summon back their acolyte back to Australia, where he can help with policy in the Cthulhian nature. I don't know if you guys have seen this one already. I'll pull it up for next turn. But okay, so we've got the Star Vampire. We've got the Dimensional Shambler. Just checking before the Doom phase, we've got an Elder Thing and a Servitor of the Outer Gods as well. So let's just think about that as we go forward, and we'll move the turn back to yellow sign. They've desecrated an area. They have 1, 2, 3 gates. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 gates. Let's have them. We'll use rearrange your units for 2, and we will put. Well, let's kind of be safe about this. Let's spawn. It says as a part of an action turn for our Dimensional Shambler. As a part of our action turn, after any action by any player, we can place our Dimensional Shambler on the board. So my action is going to be, I'm going to move him and him here. Maybe him here as well. And then I will also spawn this Dimensional Shambler here, and we will capture this. So our 2 move, and we capture this cultist off the board. So we've moved into Antarctica. And that'll be their move. So we've got the Dimensional Shambler on the board now. And he sort of acts as a monster in this space, because he's part of part of a yellow sign right now. So we'll move the token over to Crawling Chaos again. And let's have us summon again a... why don't we summon another Night Gaunt. We can summon a Night Gaunt here. And that will cost us 1. And then finally, oh yeah, so if Nyarlathotep is, actually, instead of summoning the Night Gaunt, we have a 0 action that we can do that says, if Nyarlathotep is in play, roll 1 die 6, your foe must lose that much power. So we just roll 1 die 6, and we get a 4. So they are out, and then I guess we can just use our extra turn to get the Night Gaunt. So we will spawn the Night Gaunt. Again, we're going to spawn it here in Asia. So both factions are out of power. So let's go into our gather power phase. So first off, we have, we'll start with Crawling Chaos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cultists. So they get 5 for those. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8 gates. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then any other specialties from this? Okay, no, so we have gotten our power. And then yellow sign. Hey, they've gotten a lot closer here, but they did get ripped off out of their last thing. They will gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for their cultists. They have 2, 4, 6 for their gates, power for their gates, and then no abandoned gates. So let's reveal who the first player is with a die roll. Oh, actually, not have to do a die roll. I think we have 13 and 12. So it goes to Crawling Chaos. They have the advantage. So that will be the determined first player phase. And then finally, the doom phase. We do 1 doom per controlled gate. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So yeah, so the doom is there. Now let's look at the rituals of annihilation. We will go ahead and place, let's see, I think we'll have, hey, we'll just go on this. We're going to pay 2 doom for Nyarlathotep to spawn the servitor of the outer gods, and that will cost us 2 doom. And then Elder Thing will get spawned for, Elder Things will be spawned for yellow sign. So an Elder Thing shares an area with an enemy Great Old One. Okay, where do we put it? Put it on a controlled gate. So we will spawn this here in South America, and we will spawn our servitor of the outer god. Place this interesting. So we don't place this. We add a servitor. We hand this to, so Nyarlathotep hands the servitor to. Okay, we're going to skip that this round. We're not going to do servitor because I didn't understand the rule. So yeah, we've gotten. Let's just go with the elder thing for now. Yellow sign has grabbed the elder thing, and we still have the servitor. We can try that next round. We'll do that next round. And because I got to read up on that rule a little better. Okay, so I think this is going to wrap up turn number 5. When we come back, it'll be turn 6. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.